we got global warming closing in on us, and so if we go full blast into
is just symptomatic of what's going on in the...
And all of these places next to rail stops are going to have, say, another...
Really, in other words, basically there's a disincentive to do that.
For $1,000 in Berlin, you would have a flat with 5 big rooms.
Hi, this is News and Views. Thank you for joining us again. My name's Renee Ng, and with me I am so glad to have Scott Wilson. Thank you for joining us today,
My
Scott.
pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Yes, Scott Wilson, chair of the AIA's Transit Task Force.
Correct.
And I'm so glad you folks are working on transit because we really need to see what the city's options are. And before we start, can we start with your video of what is out there? And I found it very informative. So can we go to this video now?
Sure. Yeah, let's do that. Let's roll that. It's about 2 years old now, but we wanted to just let people see what the options were in an easy system.
Right.
You know, we had a 20-page report.
But
then,
video
is only 10 minutes or so. So
and here it is.
Yeah. Now I'm going to just read a little bit of this to you, but we talk about how our community decided to go ahead with steel on steel, and we are in full support. That was a vote back in 2008. Now the key is that there really are 2 different ways that rail can operate. One is with what we call heavy rail or an electrified third rail system, and you see the third rail zoomed in there, and that one's from Vancouver.
And that's what the city is proposing.
That's the existing system now. Now this is called light rail, and this is with an overhead power wire, and you can see in the zoom there. So what we're trying to let people know is that this third rail system that the city is proposing is not flexible. It is for safety reasons, it has to remain overhead or underground. And we want to let people realize that there is an option to that. So we've got some little bit of footage of what an elevated rail looks like, and the only example in North America is in Miami. So we've got some pictures that we took down in Miami, and this is an all elevated urban transit system in the city of Miami. And you can see in a tropical environment like Miami and Honolulu what happens. Now we've got some footage also, again, just the Metro Rail in Miami, and then also portions of BART. I think more people are familiar with BART. This is in the suburbs. The BART system is an elevated rail system. So you can see the big, heavy kind of overhead structures that are required for an all-elevated train. So again, these are the only 2 examples that you really will find in North America. So what we want to do from here is that we wanted to just explain that these systems are in the vast minority of transit systems in North America. In the last 30 years, by far the favorite system is a light rail transit, which you see in many cities. So let's look at some of those features. They can operate at street level. They can use an overhead wire. They have signal synchronization, and they allow pedestrians and cars to cross the guideway when the trains are gone.
Before you, can I say signal synchronization means that the cars are stopped at the light and the light rail goes right on through the...
That's correct.
And the car is stopped, but the rail is not stopped.
Now here is an example of light rail on a city street mixed in with traffic. again, that's from Portland, Oregon. Now we're looking at the question of what are the disadvantages of elevated rail, and primarily it's the lack of flexibility and the extreme cost, because it's about 3 to 4 times as expensive as a light rail system. So flexibility is a huge issue for us. We have many different neighborhoods that this system in Honolulu will be going through, and we need to be flexible. So again, let's just look again at Portland, Oregon, and this is an example of a train that's on an exclusive little guideway, and you can do both. You can do it in the street, mixed with traffic, or you can have an exclusive guideway like that one.
And we would be having a fixed, dedicated, exclusive guideway.
Well,
We've already-
we have right now, it's a fixed guideway because it's up in the air. Now, if we went with a flexible system, you could run it on the street with traffic, or you could run it up in the air in an exclusive guideway. Again, what we like to show is just the way in which these things can be plugged into a city street and allow for just very ease of use, extremely accessible use of those cars. So we've got a little video in here coming up of even a person in an electric wheelchair. And just to show again, if we really want to include all of our citizens in transit, we need to be able to do something like this, where here's a lady who has her own wheelchair, and she is just now getting out of a train and rolling out right onto the sidewalk and going on and doing her errands.
Great.
And that, compared to going up escalators or elevators, going up 40 feet in the air, we think this is a much more elegant solution. So again, right now we do not have light rail, and we think that is a really good option for Honolulu. We're moving into a video from Phoenix, so let's listen to this.
The Phoenix metropolitan area is the most recent community in the country to get on board with the light rail system, and residents appear to be riding high with the results. For a one-day fare of $2.50, you'll be able to travel from downtown Phoenix east to Tempe and Arizona State University, east again to the city of Mesa, and back as many times as you want. The trains run in both directions at intervals of about 10 minutes most of the day.
I've been here for 18 years from Los Angeles, and we had a light rail there. I was there when they had the opening of the light rail in Los Angeles, and it was pretty cool. So it's nice to have the Phoenix has this now, because we really need it badly. You know, the buses are really full here, and it's just the transit system here is just, it's behind the times. So we're finally, we need this.
And while many are happy with this new transportation system, it didn't come together quickly, nor without bumps in the road.
This has been something that the community has helped participate in, help fund, and it's been a long time coming, but we're finally here. So it's exciting.
It took more than a decade of planning, designs, construction, and testing.
We are a community project, so there was a lot of taxpayer support to help fund this project. But basically the project, all 20 miles to build, was $1.4 billion. About half of that was federal grant money. The other half was locally funded.
Much of the route along Central Avenue in downtown Phoenix replaces a bus line, but the spokesperson for Light Rail says the train is just another option for getting around, not a competitor for local travel.
It's high capacity transit, so with one operator we can move 5 times as many people as a bus does. So it's a very specific kind of transit, but it works well when buses are able to feed into us and we're able to feed into it. So it's a network that we're building here.
These two friends are winter visitors from different states, and they decided to check out the light rail. They say it's better than having to find places to park or coins to feed the beaters.
Coming down here, one of the major stress things for me is the traffic. We love the weather here, but I hate the traffic. With this mass transit system here, it eliminates that stress. I can come downtown, enjoy the sights that I normally would not come to if I had to drive downtown. So it makes it a pleasurable day.